Alright, the Page of Swords. Here we have a young man standing on top of a hill, holding a sword with a very loose grip. He's not holding it very tightly. He's kind of standing on one foot. He's not very balanced. He's kind of got his head up in the clouds. He's very ungrounded. It's a very young, kind of immature, reckless kind of energy of somebody who's just kind of, the sword's not even in full view of the card. He's not looking at what he's doing. There's like an incline where he just doesn't have his footing at all. Like everything about this says just kind of young, reckless, kind of inexperienced. And this is the first stage of maturity that comes through the swords. So, and this can also describe the feeling of just feeling kind of recklessness. Not necessarily feeling like, oh, I'm being reckless, but the feeling of that comes along with that sense of being kind of ungrounded and reckless, kind of a scattered, buzzing, kind of just everywhere at once kind of feeling of not really, of doing a bunch of things at once, but maybe not paying full attention to any of them. Just, I think we all know that feeling of just kind of being like, bzz, just kind of buzzed and scattered and ungrounded in general, and just not having the balance that's needed to be able to actually use the weapon of our intellect as appropriately as we could. So that's a pretty general overview. If you pull this in a reading, sometimes these court cards can represent people, sometimes not. More often than not, it's the kings that represent people, but we'll get into those later. But yeah, if you pull this in a reading, it's probably warning against a sense of recklessness, or just explaining a type of immaturity in a certain person, or, as always, it depends on the context of the reading. So that's about that for that card. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.